Thanks to those joining me live and to those that be joining me on Archive D Style. Here I am doing the sound check right now, and we're good. Make sure you throw a jab at that like button if you're listening in on Archive. Remember, subscribe if you like the content, and do not forget to hit that bell button, the notification button. That way you're notified every single time DStyleBoxing comes on live. Bob Arum opened his big mouth. Credit to IFL TV, the source. Once this is on Archive, I will have the link to that interview on the description box so you can go ahead and check that out. Okay. It's around the 5-minute mark, right? Specifically what I'm referring to. So you can check the rest of it there. For those that don't know, Bob Arum used to promote Andy Ruiz. Bob Arum is a promoter. His job is to promote, but he couldn't promote Andy Ruiz. Bob Arum felt that Andy Ruiz was nothing but some fat ass. Okay, he called him a slob, and but in context, he was just talking about what he looked like. Look, this man was his promoter. It was his job to put Andy Ruiz out there, to promote him, to talk about the positives, mask the negatives, talk the positives. If anyone should be a fanboy of any fighter, it's the promoter of the fighter. Not to mention that, everyone knew Andy Ruiz is for a long time, has been a top 15, top 10 heavyweight in the world. Recently, was definitely top 10. And then, now he's definitely top 3. But when Arum had it, it's not like he was some obscure guy. He wasn't that obscure now. I mean, forget about what some of us thought. He was his promoter. Now, Bob Arum could have done 3 things. He could have done what he did now. He could hate. That's what he's doing. He's hating. Or he could have said nothing, right? No comment. He could have done that. Or he could have just manned up and praised Ruiz and said, yeah, you know what? I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I was wrong. Ruiz proved me, and everybody else wrong, and he could have praised them. He could have done that. But no. That would have been the right thing to do. But that's not what he did. Instead, Bob Arum decided, I am going to hate AJ-10 in the house. Sir AJ-10. Quote, he had a good performance, unquote. He could have kept it simple. Really simple. Oh, Andy Ruiz looked good. I used to promote Andy Ruiz. Some people thought, I said all these bad things about him, but, man, I feel happy for him. He could have said a million other things, but instead, Bob Arum decided, I'm going to be a hater. Instead, I'm going to hate. All right, Scooper23 in the house says, what's good, D-Style? What's going on? Look, Bob Arum, all right, is salty. This guy is saltier than the entire Atlantic Ocean right now. This guy is saltier than the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean combined. I mean, how much you gotta hate? How salty can you be? Why? Because first of all, he just can't, his ego won't let him admit that he was wrong. That's one. Even he still can't give Andy Ruiz the credit he deserves for this victory. We got to hear all this crap, right? He wasn't himself. Okay. Yes, Andy Ruiz is the champion. He's a champion, but like what's going on here? That wasn't Anthony Joshua. Everybody knows that. It wasn't Anthony Joshua. That was his twin brother. His twin brother, Robert Joshua. Robert Joshua is the one with the chin problems. Anthony Joshua was hurt in training, and Robert Joshua jumped in. It's his twin brother. He wanted to jump in. That explains everything. Well, is that what it was, Bob? It wasn't Joshua. That wasn't Joshua in the ring. I know what he means. Before some smart ass jumps on here and says, he just means that he wasn't really himself. Okay. He knows it's Anthony Joshua, but like it wasn't really him. I mean, come on, like before you be a smart ass, all right. Listen, okay. Listen to me. Bob Arum is a salty MFer, right? I mean, holy shit. I don't want to take any credit from him. But you took away all the credit. Look, you have to be careful. Whenever someone starts with, I don't want to take away any credit, not not to take any credit away. Whenever they start a sentence like that, right? Usually they're about to snatch all the credit away, right? They're about to take it away. I don't want to take any credit from what you did, but you didn't really win. Okay, you didn't really beat Joshua. That wasn't really Joshua, right? Not to take away from your victory, but and then they turn around and they literally do that. They take away the victory from Joshua. I mean, from Ruiz. People are they're making. I never seen so many excuses for a loss in all my time on YouTube. I haven't seen so many. The Pactars, I mean, they kept at least within the fight. Oh, Marquez kept stepping on Pacquiao's foot, and we're going to talk about Marquez later on. Right now, okay, Marquez Appreciation Week, Marquez of Queensberry Week, all right. But the fact is, you heard some like, oh, he's religious now. That's why he lost. He started going to church more. He lost his killer instinct. Like dumb shit like that. But they didn't go out of their way to just literally take away the entire victory. They made excuses, right? But these guys are turning around. They're taking away the entire victory, like the whole victory. Like the whole thing. They're not taking a piece of the pie. They're cutting a piece of the pie and taking that piece of the pie. No. They're taking the whole damn pie. Not to take away from the victory of Andy Ruiz, but everyone knows you're not going to fool me. That wasn't Joshua. Like shut up. What are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? Everybody knows that really wasn't him. Like you gotta be shitting me. Honestly. And then he turns around and he says, they shouldn't do the rematch. It's such a terrible idea. So if that wasn't the real Joshua, right? The reason they want to do the fight is because they know it wasn't really Joshua. Okay, the reason he's being humble is because no one forced him to fight. No one forced him to fight. but he's being humble. Like this, shut the fuck up, Arum. Shut the entire. Just like you're taking away the entire victory from Ruiz, I'm telling you to shut the entire hell up. I am tired of this nonsense. First of all, I am not buying this horse shit that Anthony Joshua was concussed walking into the ring. I ain't buying it. Right? Joshua, to me, was setting up punches just fine. Right? When he knocked down Ruiz, no one was talking about, oh my God, what, like, he looks concussed, right? Everybody kind of assumed, yeah, it's going to kind of go the way most people predicted it. This is the start, right? And then Ruiz caught him with a perfect shot in the temple. He followed up with some shots. So, yes, he was concussed by a hook on a temple by Ruiz. Then Ruiz began to work the body. What explains Joshua having no energy in the middle round, in the middle of that fight anyway? The fight ended like pretty soon. It didn't go the full 12, but like in the fourth, fifth, sixth rounds. Well, why was he breathing so heavy? I don't know that, being concussed makes you breathe so hard and all that. Fine. Joshua had no problem setting up hooks in the final round where he was snapping Ruiz's head back. He seemed to be thinking just fine. It takes a level of thinking in the ring to do those things. Now, is the fact that he was concussed, right, the reason he was throwing jabs to the body of Ruiz, even though against this opponent it obviously wasn't working? Or was this a technical flaw? Are we going to keep making excuses for Anthony Joshua? Or are we going to point out the technical flaw he had so he can improve those technical flaws? He's landing hooks and right hands on Ruiz, right? And he stands there squared up, admiring his work as if he's Picasso looking at his damn canvas. So he gets hit back in the process. That's a technical flaw. Maybe he should work on that. Maybe bending his knee to a 90-degree angle to tap the stomach of Andy Ruiz, okay, allowing himself to be at, the height of Andy Ruiz, giving up his entire height for a quarter of the entire fight, or if not more, in some rounds, half of the damn round giving up his height. That's a technical flaw that he needs to fix. Now, the chin, nothing's going to fix that. All right? Vladimir Klitschko never fixed his chin. He just, he got with Emmanuel Stewart. They worked on some stuff. They improved the stamina. They improved the technique. They improved the game plan. He had a dude that was a master at game plans. A master at masking weaknesses. But you want to make excuses. You want to defend Anthony Joshua's decision to continue with his current team who has nothing else to teach him. Apparently, Lennox Lewis doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Oh, Lennox is dumb. Lennox doesn't know what he's talking about. No, Lennox was only the heavyweight champion of the world at one point. He doesn't know anything. You don't even bring somebody in. Like you don't, Joshua is not a perfect fighter. Far from it. He has a lot of flaws in that ring that he can fix. But instead, you want to make up stories. You want to make excuses instead. And you have idiots like Bob Arum walking around saying, that wasn't Joshua. Joshua wasn't there. Joshua, okay, he was over in the back. He couldn't get permission to fight. So they got Robert Joshua, his brother, twin brother, to go in there against Ruiz, and it took Ruiz so many rounds to get that victory against the champion. Like, shut the fuck up. It wasn't him. Who the fuck was it then? Hey, that's not what he means, DStyle. He's not saying it wasn't his. He didn't say it was his twin brother, DStyle. Shut the fuck up. I know he didn't say that. I'm being sarcastic. Okay. STFU, man. Damn. I always anticipate some people, by the way. I'm just saying. What is going on? Throw a jab at that like button, by the way. It's a 1-2. They hit that X in the top right-hand corner with right, and then bam! You know, or with a jab, I'm sorry, then boom, right hand, right at that jab button. Right? You could do the 1-2 with your index and your middle finger. You know, like middle finger, like bam, the X, and then thumbs up with your index finger, bam. All right, like you could do it right now. Try it. Like boom, boom. That's a 1-2. Middle finger, index finger. Middle finger X, index finger, thumbs up. It's just like that. Throw a jab. Throw a jab. Got Cybernetic Slayer in the house. Boxing Dialogue in the house. Nelson in the house. AJ10, DJ Mexicano in the house. What's going on, gentlemen? Suz. They've all been knighted with wrenches. All right? Now, look. Bob Arum's hating that. Let me tell you something about Bob Arum, man. Right? Bob Arum is a bad history, bro. Right? It's the same dude, right? That was. I mean, you know, they ratted on his ass, but in some cases, ratting out works out. All right. Okay. Sometimes ratting out works out. Look. Okay. I forgot who it was in the IBF that he said this, and I'm 99% sure it was the IBF. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was another sanction about it, but the dude comes out and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, we're gonna let all the Mexicans and blacks fight, and we're gonna count the money while they do it." Right? That's Bob Arum, folks. That's Bob Arum. So there's no feeling sorry for Bob Arum. Bob Arum wanted, okay, minority fighters to kill themselves in the ring while he counted all the money. And he bragged about it. It's one thing to do it, but to brag about it, that's something. Okay? That is something. Bob Arum is the same guy, right? The same guy. Same guy that said Mayweather can't sell worth this shit. Right? Not the only fighter who said that too. All right, but he's done it, and he did it to Ruiz. And guess what? Ruiz is going to sell now. Without you, Bob. Without you, you old school dinosaur motherfucker. Right? Bob Arum, became a multi-millionaire. He made most of his money because of boxing. He owes everything to boxing. He always turns around, okay, and he just pockets everything. He can't, just say something nice about a dude, right? Who, by the way, isn't even talking trash about Arum. Just give him his credit. Don't say not to take anything away and then take it all away. It's like if I say, Nelson, not to take away your wrench or anything, but let me take away your wrench. Well, what does that mean? It means I took away his wrench, right? That's what that would mean. Hey, not to take away all your money, but your bank account is empty. Okay. What? And not to punch you in the face, but bam! What, you just punched me in the face? And what do you mean? Not to take away any credit, but and then you take away all the credit. That wasn't Joshua. How ridiculous is that? And then he turns around and says, they shouldn't do the rematch. It's a bad idea. Why? If according to you, it was just that he wasn't himself. So in the rematch in a couple of months from now, he should have an easy time against Ruiz then. Right? It should be a piece of cake next time around. Next time, it should be a piece of cake. Bad idea for the rematch. Exactly, Cybernetic Slayer. Exactly. That wasn't AJ. Am I the only one that sees that wasn't Joshua? That was Robert Joshua, his twin brother. Who the fuck was it then? That wasn't Joshua. Can't give him any, like, this is ridiculous. That wasn't, so let me get this straight. It wasn't Joshua, right? And, so he wasn't himself. But don't do the rematch because it's a totally bad idea to do the rematch right away, right? Come on, right? I don't know if Arum actually believes this or if he's just refusing to give Andy Ruiz his credit, right? Give the man his credit, dude. In the mecca of boxing, in the garden, he took care of business. He took this fight on short notice too, not just Joshua. Next fight's going to have a full training camp. And he knows what works, what doesn't work. He knows the punch of Joshua. Marquez was on PDs when he knocked out Manny. Get the fuck out of here. We gotta build a stadium. If Mayweather and Al Heyman are serious about making Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, then we gotta build a stadium in the middle of Las Vegas. That's what this dude said. All right? Manny is scared of needles. It's unfair that Mayweather is asking him to do the blood tests. When they take him to the doctor, all they do is poke and poke and poke. Manny's scared of needles. Plus, he's a Christian man. And he's my friend. Shut the fuck up, dude. All right, get the fuck out of here. That wasn't Joshua. Nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. Well, okay. Well, then I won't try then. That was Robert Joshua, his twin brother. What they gotta do, they gotta make a stadium in England, not Wembley, one from scratch. If Andy Ruiz wants to fight Joshua, they gotta build a stadium in England for the championship of the world. Shut up, Arum. All right. Other than being his former promoter, why are they asking Arum about this anyway? Right? This is all Arum had to say. You know what? Arum could have said this, and that's it. Arum, well, what do you think about that victory by Andy Ruiz? Let me tell you, I didn't think he could do it, but he did. First ever Mexican heavyweight champion. Man, let me tell you, he proved me wrong. I give him 100% credit. Good for him. That's it. That's all you have to say. Right? No, but DStyle. You don't understand DStyle. He was concussed, DStyle. That one channel, the LDB Slayer, said so, DStyle. Like, fuck that guy. Okay? You're kidding me. Are you shitting me? Come on. All right? We've gone over the scenarios already. Right? If it's true, it's even worse for Joshua. That means he got concussed by a dude that was trying to simulate Andy Ruiz, bro. Okay? So it doesn't quite bail you out. Okay? It doesn't bail out Joshua. It doesn't bail out Eddie Hearn. It doesn't bail out any of them. Either way, Andy Ruiz won the fight. No matter how you slice, how you dice, right? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you do it, how you cook it, how you fry it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you use chopsticks or a fork. It doesn't matter if you use a spoon, okay, or your hands. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you use tortillas or bread. It doesn't matter. He won the fight. Okay. Boxing literally is the definition, since its inception. Boxing has always been about, quote unquote, the fair fight. Okay? The whole point of we're going to schedule a date, we're going to let both guys train, prepare, come in maxed out. We're going to have rules. We're going to have a ref. We're going to have a doctor at ringside. They're both going to have they both abide by the same rules. Right? Nobody comes in with special privileges. Right? Both guys got to follow the ref's instructions. Both guys got to follow the same rules. Both guys use the same weapons. Boxing is the definition of a fair fight. That's why they have all these rules, since the London prize rules, to the Marquez of Queensberry rules, to the sanctioning rules from the sanctioning bodies of today. Okay? Till this day of the commissions, whatever. Till this, that's the definition. He lost in a fair fight. He wouldn't jump from behind. Okay? Ruiz, didn't sucker punch him and then get on his ass, or like it was literally the bell rang. Both guys were on two different ends. Okay, one was in the blue corner, the other one was in the red corner. Ding ding. Okay, they knew the fight was on. Okay, everything. They both got their instructions in the back. They were given instructions. Okay, when they were in the center of the ring. It's the definition of a fair fight. It's mind-boggling to me when people make these excuses. Okay? I mean, come on. Cybernetic Slayers Ruiz won at Madison Square Garden, the Mecca of heavyweight boxing. That is incredible. I agree. I agree 100%. 100%. For those listening live right now, take a moment, throw a jab at that like button. Right? Throw a 1-2. Hit the X on the top right-hand corner of that chat, and boom, hit the like. And then boom, okay? It's a 1, 2, 3 step, and then bring the chat back up. Just like that. If it's in archive, hit that thumbs up as well. D-Style. Let me tell you, that wasn't Joshua. No. His brother, Robert Joshua, has been in hiding. Eddie Hearn has kept him in hiding in case Joshua got concussed. That was RJ, not AJ. That's what says Bob Arum is the best promoter of all time. Look, I give credit where credit's due, okay? Top Rank, all bullshit aside, can build a fighter, right? They can build a fighter up, I mean, without a problem. I mean, in fact, if I'm a young fighter for my first like 15 fights, Top Rank, no doubt about it. Their matchmaking is incredible. Okay, I forgot who does the matchmaking at Top Rank. It's not all Bob Arum, so I'll give him credit there. And yes, they have built stars before. He's one of the top promoters in the history of boxing, but nobody. And I mean nobody. I don't care what anybody says. It's not that I'm a fan of the guy. And I know he did a lot of fucked up shit, right? But the best promoter of all times is Don King. All right. Yes, I know he fucks a lot of people over. Right. First of all, let's stop acting like Bob Arum never fucked anybody over. Right. Let's stop doing that right away. I'm not excusing a lot of the things Don King did. But what I will say is that Don King had some of the best fight cards I have ever seen. I mean, I'd be watching Tyson fight and Julio Cesar Chavez is in the undercard. I mean, that's crazy. That's like Canelo being in the undercard of a Ruiz fight. That's not going to happen nowadays. Yet an up-and-coming Trinidad on the undercard against Campas, right? An undercard, I think it was Tater versus Chavez too. I mean, you had multiple world championship fights in one card. Significant fights, all right? Not the crap we see today. All right, not like that. If the Zone gave us fight cards like Don King did, dude, the Zone would be running shit right now. If PBC gave us cards like that, holy shit. Now, granted, a lot of fighters got effed over. Yes, of course. Don King, because of him, we got the Ali Act, bro. Well, not just him. Even guys like Arum. But we got all this type of shit, okay, where you can no longer do options like, oh, if you beat my guy, now I got to promote you, okay? The downfall of Don King, I mean, it was over time, but he took a big hit when he lost a Rockman case with Lewis, right? He took a big hit there. A lot of his fighters started to lose. Commissions in the U.S., passed laws like the Ali Act that really took away a lot of his techniques and power, right? And but I will say, while he fucked over fighters just like every other fucking promoter does, all right? While he did that, while that happened, he gave us some amazing cards. That you can't take away from Don King. Plus, he was a hell of a promoter, too. He knew how to promote. If Don King had Andy Ruiz, right, he would just promote him, right? I got I can't do the Don King impression. I can't. Okay, but he would talk about how he's got, Ruiz, okay, the Mexican destroyer and this, that, and the third. He would have hyped them up, man. Okay? He would be carrying like the American flag in one hand, the little Mexican flag in the other hand, waving them around, USA and Mexico, baby. Well, whatever the hell he would say, and he would promote that. Very charismatic. Don King is the best promoter. I don't give a shit what anybody says in the history of boxing. If we're talking about the fight cards, all right, that this dude would make and the way he promoted fights. This dude will promote anything. Every single fight in this card, he will promote it. Don King, a lot of people are not looking forward to this fight, and then he wouldn't even address that. He would just promote the shit out of the fight. If a dude was undefeated in Wisconsin, he would promote that. Oh, he's undefeated in Wisconsin, baby. He would find something to promote the fighter on. Don King is the best promoter in the history. In history, folks. Every major star Arum has left him in a lot of them, like De La Hoya and Mayweather had bigger fights. All right. I'll give Arum credit. He knew how to build, like for the first 20 fights, man, they'll build you up, they'll get you to position. Okay, they will do an incredible job matchmaking you, making you look at like $1,000,000. But when it gets to a certain point, I mean, at some point, they can't do nothing for you. Just like AJ's trainer. There's only so much they can do. It's time for him to move on, but nobody wants to listen. Okay, fine. Let AJ keep doing the same technical mistake. Let him do that. That's fine. Whatever. Top Rank is the best ability to fight into a contender? Absolutely. After that, his best talent does better after leaving? Absolutely. Only in America. That's right. Even non-boxing fans know where that comes from. Absolutely. Tax Tag Don King is the face of crooked boxing promoters, but Arum came out smelling like roses. Abdul Tap in the house, and he's in and out. Arum tested the guy for helping him start. All right, gotcha. Viva Puerto Rico! You would say Viva Mexico. This dude would be yelling Viva Mexico if he was promoted Andy Ruiz. No mistake about it. Don King promoted fucking John Ruiz. All right, that's right. He promoted John Ruiz fights. John Ruiz, man, was a cure for insomnia. All right? He promoted him. Boxing Dollar says Snickers will be on the banned substance list for the rematch. Holy shit. That's funny because I remember when Pacquiao fans were saying that Marquez cheated because he drank Gatorade, right? That they accused him of drinking Gatorade, and it gave him an unfair advantage. Man. Gatorade might be more helpful than your own piss, but still. Bob Arum will make some shit about that twin having it. Yeah, I would. You ever see Bob's interview when he tries MMA? It's hilarious. Yeah, I know. He did. It's a bunch of guys with no chins. They can't punch worth the lick. And it's just a bunch of white people saying, that looks like me. He said some shit like that. I mean, this guy, man. Well, that's all I want to say about that. Right? Dark Truth in the house says, salute D-Style. What's up? This Saturday, I want you guys to join me live Sunday about that. This Sunday, mark your calendars. If you're listening live or on archive, D-Style will be coming on live for about an hour and a half or so. Okay? We're going to return with boxing stories about me. My experience with boxing in terms of, not me actually boxing, but, watching fights and, stuff like that. But it is Father's Day. This is, for the first time in my life, that I am fatherless on Father's Day. Whether it's my grandpa, who back in 2009 passed away, was a father figure to me for many years, as well as my grandpa, obviously. Right? And then, of course, my father, who passed away on October of last year, like mid-October. So I have some boxing stories, fights I saw with them, boxing conversations I had with them. My love for boxing definitely was instilled by them. All right, so everything from what I remember, as far as since I was a little kid, watching Malik Taylor versus Julio Cesar Chavez, right? Okay, the fights I saw with my dad, the fights I saw with my grandpa. Okay, we're going to talk about that stuff, all right? So mark your calendars for that. That'll be on Father's Day, all right? And then, of course, And happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's a dad and stuff. But and of course, this is also your daily reminder that this is Juan Manuel Marquez Appreciation Week. If you're new to the channel, every week we will be celebrating recently retired fighters. And as the weeks go on, we will start to expand appreciation weeks, right? But this week, it's Marquez of Queensberry Week. Okay, you got the pun. That's what it is. And we're talking Juan Manuel Marquez. You can go to my page here, all right? Go to the community page. Got some polls up. The most recent poll. You can scroll down, look at the other ones, but the most recent poll. The most recent one. I am so disgusted and disappointed with a lot of you. What's the matter with you guys? Huh? What's the matter with you guys? Before I continue to the Morales Marquez, I will have this for those on archive. It will be in or listening live. You want to come back to archive? I'll be time stamping this discussion. All right. Yes, Cyber Slayer. He promoted John Ruiz, bro. Okay. Imagine what he would do with Andy Ruiz. Arum wants Fury to get the Ruiz fight. He's trying to snake those belts. Well, you know, he might be making some moves, but if he wants that to happen, then he should, you know, you would think he would talk up Ruiz. Yeah, Ruiz beat that bum. Right? He could have just said that. Well, that's what he called MMA fighters, bums. He called them bums. Which I don't care too much about that. Thank you, Cyber Slayer, for the condolences. Question NWO says, that wasn't AJ, that was Anthony Stuntman Wheeler. AJ says his condolences. Thank you. Cyber said, Dinamita versus El Terrible could have been a better trilogy than Morales versus Barrera. So let's talk about that fight. If you're listening live right now, take a moment, thumbs up the video. Let's do some boxing talk here. Classic boxing talk. Although this never happened, we're talking what ifs right now. Yesterday, last night's video, you guys could check it out. Okay. You can check out the video. The video is titled, let me pull it up here really quick. I forgot what I titled my own damn video. All right, but yeah. AJ wants rematch versus Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, MSG. Check that video out. Me and Haplotype, you know, talk about fantasy matchups just in general. Okay, not just the ones that could have happened, like against Prince Nassim Hamed. Check that out. Against you know, Morales, you know, briefly check that out. Against Edwin Valero, that would have been dynamite. Speaking of Dinamita, that would have been dynamite. Dynamite versus Dinamita, okay, but that would have been an unbelievable fight. Okay, and there's other ones, Ricky Haddon, right? And then some fantasy matchups like Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia. Check that out. We also talk about his best fights at lightweight, all right? So, you know, he had some, you know, you guys could check that out. Go to archive. It is timestamped. Go to the comment section. It's timestamped. You can check that out, right? With that said, check this out. I do a poll, right, on my channel. This is my channel, right? DStyleBoxing. Eric Morales is numero uno, the number one fan. And I know that it's Marquez of Queensberry week. We're appreciating Marquez, but we got to be realistic, guys. What do you mean 62% of responders have Juan Manuel Marquez, Dinamita, Juan Manuel Marquez beating Eric El Terrible Morales, Eric the Terrible Morales? Like, what is the matter with you guys? Are you guys okay? These aren't my subscribers. I don't know who they are. Clearly, it's not them. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on? Everybody said they have no chins. They can't punch a lick. They roll around the floor like homosexuals. That's what he said. I'm quoting. Okay, Google, YouTube, I'm quoting. I do think that was funny as hell, though. The reason I don't have a problem with Arum doing that, so one of the only times I defended Arum, right, was because they were promoting Yuri Foreman versus Cotto, right? And that dumbass, Ariel Haiwan, is asking him MMA questions at a fucking boxing event, okay? A boxing press conference. He's asking him questions about MMA, right? So too bad. I take offense to that. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway. Maybe he shouldn't have been that harsh, but still. Eric Morales, guys, beats, okay? He beats Juan Manuel Marquez, okay? He beats him in Marquez of Queensberry rules and everything, all right? I don't give a damn what y'all voted. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I am vetoing this poll. Okay. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm vetoing the shit out of this poll. All right. I wish there was a way to like just flip the votes here. I wish there was a way to do that. Before I continue this discussion, I just want to go over some of the other polls really quick. Okay. The first poll was best Marquez lightweight bout, and then it was 59% Juan Diaz, 25% Joel Casamayor, 16% Michael Katsidis. Right? That was the first poll. The second poll was the fight you wished happened the most. Hamed with 15%, Eric Morales with 54%, Ricky Haddon with 3%, Edwin Valero with 25%, other was 3%. That's what, so there was somebody that wanted to see something else. And of course, because Morales won that poll, I then did Morales versus Marquez. Who would have won? 62% Marquez, 38% Morales. I think we need a Morales Appreciation Week. What I think. Right? I don't think you guys are worthy of an Eric Morales Appreciation Week is what I think. Right? That's what I think. All right? I think you guys aren't worthy of it. Okay? That's right. Like Morales said, okay, after that rematch with Barrera, right? A rematch he didn't have to give him. And a rematch that Morales outboxed Barrera in that second match. Everybody knows it. Let's stop. They gave it to Barrera because they felt Barrera won the first fight. Let's be honest. Okay, he won that second fight. All right? He won that fight, guys. When Larry Merchant's old ass asked him, like, will you admit that he's, at your level? Like, why can't you just admit that he's at your level? Like fucking old ass man. And fucking Morales was like, because I have a thing called pride, he said. Right? Morales, why did you go southpaw against Manny Pacquiao in the last round for? Did you like it, he said. Did you like it? But that's what he said. You liked it? Yeah, all right. And shut the fuck up. All right? You liked it, so why the fuck are you fucking complaining? You guys loved it when he went. Anyway. Morales is hijacking Marquez of Queensberry week. I need to calm down. All right? Let's calm down. This is Marquez Appreciation Week, DStyle. All right? That's right. Let's calm down. All right? Simon Slayer says Marquez would have knocked Hamed out. AJ has Morales at 126. Cybernetic Slayer. Él simplemente chinga su madre. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that. Él simplemente chinga a su madre. Let me tell you something. Fucking Barrera's disrespectful ass. Anyway, I gotta save it. You guys gotta wait for the Morales Appreciation Week when I feel you're worthy of it. Okay? What's the matter with you guys? Seriously. Hmm? I wish I could see the names, man. I wish I could see. Like, it doesn't let me see. I don't know who voted what. I don't. Plus, I can't vote on my own damn poll, right? So this shit should be closer. It should be 60-40, right? Okay, closer. But let me tell you this. All bullshit aside, man, that would have been one hell of a fight. One hell of a fight. I think Morales had better footwork than Marquez. Marquez slightly better from the waist up as far as movement goes. I think Morales had faster hands. He, I believe, had the arm length. I'm pretty sure about that. I think Marquez had a slightly better jab. Well, I think he's a better counterpuncher than Morales. Morales can still do those things. Don't get me wrong, right? But Morales is so good at sliding. He almost glided, man. When he, especially in his prime, he would just glide, and he was so good at picking guys apart. He was so good at counterpunching counterpunchers. He knew when to boxear and when to fajar. He knew when to do it. Now, Mark, the weakness of Morales is that if you dared him to do something like his ego made him want to do it, right? Like, you have to be insane to go southpaw in the final round against Manny Pacquiao at that point, but he did it, right? Why? I don't know. He just wanted to prove he could go southpaw, right? He wanted to give Pacquiao some shot at beating him, right? Why? I don't know. But that's why I love Eric Morales, man. It was awesome. Barrera, made it personal, okay? Said some bigoted shit and sucker punched the dude and all this other shit. Thought it was better than Morales, right? So that was Morales' weakness. He would throw away the skill set. This dude was one of the most skilled fighters in the history of Mexico, in the history of boxing, period. But his machismo was his weakness. His ego was his weakness. Now, the question is, that's not Marquez's temperament. Marquez doesn't make things personal. Now, would it have gotten personal? For some reason, when two Mexican fighters fight, it's personal, right? I know it's some tribal shit going on. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm the leader of the pride. I'm the leader of the tribe, motherfucker. I don't know if it's that. I don't know what it is. Okay, but it gets personal. So, but I still don't think. Marquez didn't get personal with Salido. He never made it personal, right? They robbed his ass in the third. And I believe in 2 out of the first 3 fucking Pacquiao fights, and it was still cordial with Pacquiao and all that, even though Pacquiao's not like that, right? So the question is, does Marquez do some to get Morales out of his game, to make Morales get more aggressive, and that would work to Marquez's favor as the great counterpuncher that he is? Now, the thing is, look, first of all, what would make this fight amazing is Marquez was so good at using those ropes, right? So good at it to counter. He was just so good at it. Morales was really good at attacking guys on the ropes. Man, that would have been a sight to see. That would have been a sight to see. But so that I first want to talk about them. Who believes? I just don't think. it's in Marquez's character to make things. He's like, hey, this is a sport, and I'm gonna come in, try my best, try your best, right? The only time Marquez, got an attitude is when they didn't give him the decision. That's the only time Marquez would get pissed off, right? That's the most animated you ever saw Marquez. But leading up to that fight, I believe Morales wins the first fight. I think it's close, but I think he wins the first fight. It's not the war you saw in the Barrera fight. This would be far more scientific. This will be more of a boxing match. Still exciting and still with flurries here and there, of course. Ebbs and flows. To me, it would be exciting. To most, it would be exciting. But it wouldn't just be like caution to the wind. I'm just here to fucking hurt you. It would just be, a chess match in there. High-speed chess match. I think Morales wins the first fight. I think it's controversial. And that's when you see Marquez get angry and animated. And I saw someone earlier say this would have been a great trilogy. I agree. Because Marquez would have been saying, I won that fight. That would have made Morales get pissed off. No, yo gané. No, I win. Marquez had such an ego, he thought he won every round of the Barrera fight. Every round. I mean, I felt he won like 8 rounds, but you didn't win every single round, bro. Like chill. Every round, I win. I win every round. Dude never spoke English, but he learned that. He learned how to say I won every round. Like that's how much of an ego he had, right? I win every round. Tú estás pendejo, güey. Tú no ganaste todos los rounds. Cállate. I win every round. I win. Cállate, pendejo. I could just picture these dudes. Like, in other words, shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't. Right? And I think Morales would have his ego would make him want to prove something. Marquez would capitalize on that. And I think Marquez would win the rematch. That's what I think. Because Morales is going to try and go there and prove something and try to knock this guy out. And you don't knock out Marquez. But when you say that, Morales dice, yo sí lo voy a noquear. O dice que no lo puede noquear. Yo lo voy a hacer. He would have done it. Are you guys saying he can't get knocked out? I knock him out. He's going to take it personal because Marquez thought he won the first fight. And then Marquez would win the second fight. What about the trilogy? The third fight. Who wins that fight in this fantasy scenario that I'm giving you guys? Who wins that fight? Jab that like button if you like what you're hearing. Yeah, I agree. It would be a brawl, but I think Marquez would keep it smart enough to win it. Van a fajar, pero él va a boxear también. They would brawl at times, but Marquez would do enough boxing to win those rounds. And I think Eric Morales and his ego would have him lose that fight. And then DStyle would come on here and be like, that wasn't Morales. I don't know who that guy was. That was Robert Morales, his brother. Right? I don't know. But the reality is, that's how I would see it. Now, the question is, the third fight's the toughest one to pick. Because now Morales knows, well, I can't do that again because I will lose. But he still has that ego trip. Still has a chip on his shoulder and all that he always carried with him. Right? And then Marquez obviously will be on a high every round. Every round I win. I win every round. I win. Like I could just picture him. Imagine the face-off. I win every round. Cállate. Tú no ganaste todos los rounds. Cállate. Shut the fuck up. You don't win every round. I win. Right? The third fight will be epic. I think the third fight would be the war because both guys are wanted bad, right? Like they're both gonna want it bad, but it's and it would be a war, but it would there would still be a lot of boxing in there because they want to win, right? Who do you guys think wins the third fight in this scenario? And of course, everything depends, right? Is a fight at 126, 130. Good point, AJ 10. AJ thinks Marquez beats him at 130. He picks Morales at 126. Makes sense, right? Morales pre-Barrera fights was unbelievable at 126. 130 was still good, but I mean, 130, I could roll with that. I could roll with that. That that's not a bad. That's not bad. Morales wins the third fight and he gets robbed. That's what happens. Okay. Right. He would get just like he got robbed in the third fight against Barrera. Okay. They're gonna rob his ass. That's right. I said it. Right. They would rob him. Okay. Robbery. Highway robbery. That's right. But if it were a trilogy, that's how I see it. That's how I see it, guys. Right? It's a crime that this rivalry never happened. It's a lot of people blame Morales. Look, man. Okay, you guys got to chill, right? Okay, like you guys got to relax with saying that Morales, was ducking, Marquez. You guys got to relax with that shit, right? Their fight ends in a draw. Can you believe this shit? Marquez would walk out of the ring and just conduct an interview with a sombrero. Okay, the only thing covering up is sombrero, right? Sombrero. You guys remember that shit? Like what? Why? Like what? HBO couldn't be like, hey, just put on your trunks really quick before we conduct this interview. They couldn't even do that. That was epic though. I'm not gonna lie. That was epic. That was some epic shit. Okay. Listen live on our or on archive. Make sure you throw a jab at that thumbs up. Throw a jab at that like button. AJ Tennant says it ends in a draw. Right? All right. There's no way these guys have one fight and there's not a rematch. And and in my scenario, I think it goes to Trilogy. But man, that would have been some. It really would have. All right. And it would have been professional. Okay. Not like all that nonsense that Barrera. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Right. I will never have a Marco Antonio Barrera Appreciation Week in this channel. I will not have it. It's not going to happen. Not today. Not tomorrow. I'm not even going to put it up to a vote. He's not going to be in any poll to put it up for a vote if against any other guys that could get an appreciation week. That dude's never getting no appreciation on this channel. That's it. All right. Oh, but DStyle, why don't you do the translation of Barrera praising Andy Ruiz? I didn't do it. I didn't do it on purpose. Too bad. Okay, it ain't not on this channel. You guys go find somebody else translate that dude. I ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna happen. No, sir. That's right, Cybernetic Slayer. All those Indio slurs. Now, we know what you mean. Yeah, I see you. Oh, but he was a kid. People tell he was just a kid, DStyle. A kid? What? He was a professional boxer, world champion. You kidding me? Well, that's it. I want to thank you guys again for joining me here, celebrating Marquez of Queensberry week. Make sure you throw a jab at that like button. Hit the bell button. That way you're notified every time DStyleBoxing comes on live. Right? I posted my Triple G versus Rolls play-by-play, just the first round and the fourth round. Check those out. Jab the like button on that too. You check that out after you finish watching this video. I want to thank all you guys for joining me live right now. This is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing.